so you know what all that loading process we talked about briefly takes. First things first, and no, I'm not eating the paper. First things first, we've got to fire off the shot to make sure everybody knows that we're starting. Because I could just yell to everyone to gather around, but the musket's louder than I am. But I'm going to go over everything I'm doing during the demonstration and then some. So we're also going to talk about why they're bringing the weapon, and why it is a very important weapon at that. All right. Well, if you don't like loud noises, go ahead and cover the palm of your hand. We're ready to fire.
Cover your ears.
You don't have to, but if you like to.
Present your piece! Get there!
This is the matchlock musket, the ultimate long-range weapon on the 17th century battlefield. Now this weapon has a maximum effective range of up to 100 yards. That means at that range I should be able to hit a 3-foot by 2-foot square target. Like a musket ball if I can grab my hands on it. About 72 plus caliber size. Anywhere up to 85 to 88. That's a big ball that's designed to punch through iron plate armor at that range. Not only that, it's capable of taking out a warhorse wearing that armor at that range. So they're bringing this weapon with them here to fight against actually 2 groups of people. Who do you think they're expecting to fight against?
In
The Spanish, most definitely, and the Indians too. Both of them are enemies they're expecting to possibly encounter here in Virginia. They think the Spanish is going to be the bigger threat, due to the fact that the Spanish have openly threatened to attack you here. Well, it turns out, well, they try several times, but they don't actually attack. They see the defenses built here, and kind of go, not worth the risk. You don't want to risk it. That being said, the Powhatan, on the other hand, well, they go to 3 separate wars with the English. They're using the bow and arrow, which has a maximum effective range of up to 40 yards. How many yards less than the musket is that?
60.
60. Which means that arrow's not going to travel as far, nor is that as fast. It won't even punch through this armor or any of these smaller forms of armor that they've pretty much gotten rid of at this point. Things like mail armor or quilted coats. However, the bow and arrow does have one major advantage. The rate of fire. It's a very quick reload time. It takes me 20 to 30 seconds to reload this weapon. You know how many shots that is a minute?
2.
2 to 3. 2 to 3 shots a minute. Powhatan Warrior, they get 10 to 12 shots a minute. That's just a little bit faster. Just a little bit. So that's why I'm wearing the armor. It's also why I'm not going to go alone. Like we did out there, we have different ranks deep of soldiers. About 5 is what we would really want, but we have 4. And we'll take turns firing. This is to ensure that by the time the first rank is done reloading, the 5th rank, the last one, had just fired. So there's consistent fire in between them. So instead of having 20, 30 seconds of nothing happening and the warriors are able to advance on you with their war clubs ready to bash in your skull, you're instead firing your weapons, keeping them at a further range. Like even, maybe not even their bows and arrows can attack you. That seems pretty effective, right? Exactly. And making up for the slower rate of fire with teamwork and, well, following directions, tactics. So we're going to talk about some of those methods today. So we're going to show you a step-by-step process on how to load the musket, so you know exactly what it takes to load the musket. The first step would be taking powder from the flask and pouring it into the pan. Well, I don't have any powder in my flask, but I do have powder in this cartridge, so I'll use this instead. Pour some gunpowder here into the pan, and then close the pan. Cast your weapon over like so, pour the rest of your powder down the barrel. Normally, that'll be done with a single charger of gunpowder, pre-measured before battle for your weapon. Let it drop. Then I'll take a lead musket ball and put it down the barrel. We're not going to do that today because we're not actually at war. We're not actually having a target that we're shooting at. Plus, the national park site's well within range of this weapon. And we don't like to shoot them because they outrank us. They're feds, we're only state. Put a spitball instead. That's right, I'm making my living today firing spitballs. It's possible. Take out your scouring sticks and ram down your shot. Well, this is a very important step. If we don't compact that shot, The compression on the powder is actually what makes it go bang. So without the compression, you will not get a bang, which means the shot will not travel as accurately, nor will it travel as far or as fast. However, when it goes bang, that means that the compression is causing that shot to go as fast as it can. And will be that 12 pound of lead leaves the barrel, should be traveling about the speed of sound, accurately up to 100 yards. Return the weapon, because now we're going to talk about why we call it the matchlock musket. That comes from the match. Match is hemp rope boiled in gunpowder, vinegar, and water. So it burns just under 700 degrees, but with either ends lit, when both ends are lit, actually only burns about a foot an hour. It's also known as slow match. Pull off the ashen end. Burns just under 700 degrees. Gunpowder ignites around about 500, so that will ignite gunpowder on impact. Test to see where that's going to strike. So when you pull the trigger, in this case my sear bar, it will lower down into the pan. So when I squeeze the sear bar and open up the pan, it's going to lower the match into the pan, creating a flash. That flash then will go through a small hole in the weapon, called a vent, which in turn ignites my main charge of powder, pushing my shot down the range here at the speed of sound, making this the most effective firearm in the 17th century. All right, so if you guys are ready, we're ready to fire. So go and cover your ears with the palm of your hands.
Present your piece. Get fire.
That's pretty effective.
Thank you. That is the matchlock musket.
Why do you say that?
What did I say that? Well, present your piece is the same thing as saying take aim. So it's the command that you say to say, like, everybody aim your weapons. Give fire means, oh, fire.
Are you going to do it again?
I did at the end there, but we'll do it again here at, I believe, 2:45. Will be our next demonstration.
All right.
We'll do them every quarter after quarter tell. Our last one today, since we're in extended